Yo, what's been happening? We found ourselves back in Nathan's garage. Today we're going to be adjusting his coilovers.
That's right, and we're going to be showing you how to do that.
Alright, so for you guys that have been following us and been following what we've been getting up to, as you guys know, we did install some BC Gold adjustable suspension in Nathan's E36. And today we're going to be showing you guys how to adjust those. So Nathan, tell us about your jack.
Well, I bought a jack, which is great, a new one. It's a low profile one. So because I'm lowering my car, I'm going to have issues probably getting a normal jack underneath. So I get a low profile one. It's also made of aluminium, so it's really light. We say aluminium in New Zealand, not aluminum like the Americans.
Nobody cares! Mirror! Sponge. Bro. You're doing something terribly wrong, bro.
What, bro?
High-vis vest, bro, at all times.
Bro.
What were you thinking?
Oh, I'm sorry,
what were
bro.
you thinking?
Oh, bro. Safety,
Oh
here,
my
bro. Have
goodness.
one for yourself, too.
Nah.
Bro, here.
It's not about
I'll
me,
put it
bro.
around you,
It's
bro.
not about me.
Why am I wearing this?
Because, bro, it's New Zealand law, remember?
That's right.
Whenever you're dealing with sheep, you have to wear a high-vis jacket,
That's right. In New Zealand, you're always dealing with sheep. So the first thing you want to do is...
Okay, whoa.
What?
What do you think you're doing, bro?
I'm taking the wheel off.
No,
I forgot my helmet.
Come on, bro.
I forgot my
Come
helmet.
on.
Sorry, team. Alright, so I don't have a helmet, guys. Don't tell on me, but in New Zealand, if you don't have a helmet, the next best thing is a hat. So make sure it's a wide brimmed one. You don't want to get sunburnt ears or neck. So the first thing you want to do is take off your wheel. By the way, if you're wondering what happened to his gunmetal grey BBS wheels, I still have them. I've just been running these because I don't have a wheel alignment and I don't want to ruin my good tyres. This is one of the easiest things you can do, JD, is adjust your coilovers. People get all freaked out by it, excuse me, but it's actually not hard. Pull that off. This is your classic coilover. A lot of cars have coilovers with the coil over the shock. That's why it's called a coilover. However, later on, we're going to go around the back and find out that the back's different. So I'm going to show you how to adjust these, and then I'm going to show you how to do the back ones.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah, they're pretty rough, bro.
What were you thinking,
Hey, bro, I got
bro?
a full set of these.
Bro.
Full set of BBS wheels and tires, even though the tires are stuffed, for $100. So I'm not lying. I'm not complaining, bro.
You're
Right.
winning, bro. That's what you're doing.
I'm
You're
winning at life. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're undoing the right thing. You don't want to undo these ones here, because these are your preload. You don't want to touch that unless you're like some intense race car dude who knows what he's talking about. Don't touch that. Don't touch the preload. The preload's good. BC Gold know what they're doing with their lives. But what you do want to touch is get your small spanner, what is it, coilover wrench spanner thing, and you want to put
spanner, I think.
Oh, I don't know, bro. The coilover spanners, who cares? Put it on the bottom one, and you just want to loosen that. Could be tight, should be tight, so you can use a hammer just to loosen that, and there you go. Now, these things, they are so handy. You can measure the distance between the two rings, so therefore you can sort of measure how much you want to get, like how much you want to lower it by or raise it by, vice versa, and this will show you how to do it exactly, so you can get it right on all sides. So on the last side, I made sure that between these two rings I had about 30 millimeters. So I want to do the same on this side. So I'm going to, at the moment, we're at approximately 62 mil, or probably a little bit more than that, 63-ish. So I'm going to bring this ring all the way up to approximately 30 mil. So there you go. So that's about 31, 32. So I can probably come up a little more. Get that in there. There we go. That's about 30 mil right there. So that's about how much we want to lower the coilover by, which seems quite a lot, but when you put the wheel down, it can be deceiving. Now, before you start adjusting the right height of your coilover, it's really important that you make sure that your preload rings are tight. So you can do that with the small one on the small one and the big one on the big one. Easy like that. So you just get those. Just make sure those are tight, and it's really good to double check with a screwdriver, and you can just tap that. If you say, oh,
whoa, You're gonna scratch them, bro.
No, bro, see, that's where the rag comes out. If you're worried about scratching them like that, then just put a rag on it. Easy as that. Not gonna scratch them.
Oh, he's a hunker, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't care.
A thinker.
Personally, I don't care. No one's gonna be looking at my the rings on my coilovers. But just tap it. Just tap the edge of it to make sure that it is tight, that isn't gonna move anywhere. And then once you've done that, you can actually start using the big coilover spanner on this top ring. And now if this is tight, it shouldn't move. This one shouldn't move. So you should be all good to turn this, and you can start lowering the coilover. Cool, so I think I've got it in the right spot, or almost. I'm just gonna measure that, 30.4, that'll do. The other one was about 30.1 or something in that nature. So what you want to do now is you just want to tighten this up. Get a small one, put it on the bottom one. This one at the top here. Easy doing this. And again, tap that with a hammer.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
You're gonna scratch it, bro.
Alright, I'll use the claw. I knew you were gonna say that. I don't care if it gets scratched, bro. They're coilovers. That's not the paint. In fact, I'm gonna take it off. I can't see it. So yeah, you just want to give this good tap. Make sure it's really, really tight. You don't want to you don't want your ride height to be adjusted when you go on a road trip, do you? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And now we can chuck the wheel back on and see how low it is. And you can keep playing around until you get the ride height that you want. Obviously, I know the ride height that I want because I've already done the front one on the other side. So I remembered from that, and I've done it the same on the left side. Cool, let's put the wheel back on. And then we go to the back.
Tell me something good.
That it's Wednesday, and everybody knows Wednesdays are good.
That's stance life, though. Oh, look at Nathan, he's undoing nuts on his wheels.
Some cars are actually like this, where the shock absorber is separate from the coil. So
that should be illegal. So
to adjust the preload on this type of coilover, it isn't really a
coilover.
Whoa,
steady on with your words, bro.
Adjustable suspension. You adjust the shock, you don't adjust the spring. But don't do that, because we're just going to be adjusting the ride height. Again, if you want to adjust the preload, that's your deal. You probably ruin your shocks if you don't know what you're doing, like me. So to adjust the ride height, you can see here there isn't a lot to adjust. They haven't given me a lot to play with up there, but I'm basically going to max these out, make them as low as I can. However, they do give you like big rubber rings that you can put in there instead of the metal adjustment thing if you want to go even lower, but I'm not going to go that hard out. I'm just going to lower that as much as I can. So you just want to loosen this top piece. So to do that, you can just, I'm just sorting my life out. Hard and fast, just tap that, probably not so close to the shock.
Panel gap, panel gap, panel gap.
So once you've loosened this ring enough and you put it up to the top or wherever you want it, remember this is the ring that locks the ride height, stops it from moving up and down when you're driving. You can start turning this big one with your big spanner. This can be quite a mission. It can be quite tight because of all the tension that you have on this ring from the spring. So what I like to do is get a piece of metal pipe. This one isn't that long, but it's all I could find at the moment. And put your spanner on, put your pipe on, and it'll give you a bit more leverage to try and turn this. It'll be a lot easier. You just want to do that until you've reached your mark, and then tighten the top one up. So once the big ring has reached the top, reached the small one, or wherever you're adjusting it to, whether you're raising or lowering it, you want to tighten the small one onto the big one. Real simple. Just take the small one, tighten that up as much as you possibly can. And then you can use the other one to tighten it against each other, make sure they're tight. You can even get your screwdriver out again, and you can tap the back of that with your hammer, and that's tight. Once you've done that, pop your wheel back on, and this is where things get exciting. Oh!
It didn't do anything, bro.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh, they didn't work. Take them back if they don't work.
That sucks,
Really?
bro. All that effort.
Yeah, all that effort for
all that
nothing,
money.
bro. Hey, I just want to say,
all that time.
before people start going, oh, you're not using jack stands, bro. You're so dangerous. Well, yeah, sorry. I probably should. But safety first, bro. I got the vest on, so it's all good. Why are you filming my butt?
Great technique there, Nathan. I have to say, you are doing really well there, bro.
Thanks, bro. Been training for a long time.
You know, it's the form is on point.
Thanks, bro. This is the moment that you've all been waiting for. Okay, that's not that low.
Yeah, look at that gap, bro. Yeah.
Do the handbrake, bro. Look.
Whoa.
Oh, there it is, man. There it is.
Doesn't do much though, man. Nah, it's looking better, bro.
Yeah, it's much lower than it was. Have a look at the front, man. That looks mean. Look at that. That's sick, bro.
Yeah, look.
Freaking A. Oh. Bro, that's mint. Ah, that's cool, bro.
BMW. Alright, Nathan.
What?
To conclude this video,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I think that's only fair.
Okay, fine.
So if you could have any engine
Yeah.
and you had a Safiro,
The Nissan Safiro A31. Yeah.
what engine would you put in it? Tell me, what engine would you put in it?
Probably like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Probably like a 25 det or a 30 det.
You know what I'll put in it?
What?
A 2J or a V8. Imagine a V8.
Nah, I'd probably have a B16 CR from a Honda VTEC. If you're wondering why we have an engine block, I'm not sure why. Pretty much for this purpose. Table.
Irritating. Far out. Stupid chair. Honestly, bro.
Just sit on the engine block. Awesome, so that is how you adjust your coilovers, whether the coil is over the shock or whether you've just got adjustable suspension where the coil and the shock is separate.
Well, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe. But yeah, make sure you check out our other videos. We've got some pretty cool stuff happening. And we've got some pretty cool stuff that is coming up, which is
Definitely.
something I'm looking forward to.
So chuck a comment down below what you thought of this video. We really appreciate all the support that's been happening lately. We hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more. Peace out, guys.
Peace out. I was dropped.
Huh?
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Nothing, bro, don't worry. Dramatic. The light goes off as the episode finishes.